Okay, so I promise you guys I'm not becoming a keyboard channel. I really am not, but I do really freaking like this keyboard from 8bitdo, the retro mechanical keyboard. It's freaking sweet. It's replaced my keyboard that I use on my desktop. I got the keyboard plugged in. I'm using it wired. I don't like worrying about the battery. I got my super buttons right here plugged in. Haven't really been using them, but finally, they've released the Ultimate Software version 2. I will put a link down below. I just want to mess around with it real quick and see what we could do with this, man. So I downloaded it. They have an update log and some other information here, different features, key mapping, modify and disable certain key functions, create your own profile. I don't know. I'm really hoping this is a very intriguing thing that can be extremely useful for people, but let's jump into it. I've already downloaded it. I have this ish opened up right here. I haven't updated anything. This is the first time I opened it, but it did recognize my keyboard. It says retro mechanical right there. I'm going to click update, see what to do. I guess we have a new update here. All right, what's in the log? Factory firmware. Oh, okay. I guess there's not much in the log, but let's update it. Hopefully nothing goes wonky here. Oh, the progress bar. Huh. Well, I guess there's probably an update for the receiver too then, huh? Might have to do that after. Like I'm just using it wired. Update succeed. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so we've got this thing updated, ready to go. I've been messing with it a little bit because I was getting slightly confused with the way certain things work, but I think I've got a good grasp on it now. But okay, a little cogwheel, you just have some general settings, language options, automatic updates, get the beta firmwares if they're available. The about section, you could go there to learn about 8bitdo or give them feedback. Whatever, man. What we care about is this, profiles. This is where the meat and potatoes are at. So if you create a profile, then you delete it, this null one will just sit there and you can't do anything with it. But once you create a new profile, let me put in a new one, Madlittlepixel. You can't have no spaces, just alphanumeric, no spaces. That's it. But once you create a new one, it like that null one disappears. So here you could rename, copy, deactivate, or delete. And then you could just click on it, double click, and get into where you could start messing around with things, okay? Quick setup, you could disable Windows key, disable Alt Tab and Alt F4. And then here, like we have, okay, keys where you could change what the keys do. Macros, you could set up macros, and then volume. Just, I think it's just the incremental steps for the volume slider. That's on the actual system right here, this thing. So I'm just going to leave it. I think that was the default. But okay, and keys. So I did notice like these super buttons. I think they're independent from these because these two, which I do have plugged in, I have plugged into port A on the back. You have port A, B, X, Y. So you could have up to 4 of these plugged in. Now, if I click A, then I can access these. So B, let me go ahead and see what we could do with that. Default, you could change it to alphanumeric, different letters or numbers. Nice. And then you can also, like functions, the F keys, modifiers, left control, bunch of stuff like that. That's cool. Shortcuts, you can have it open up certain things. This PC. All right, let me save it. And then you have to press the profile button. That little heart. It's not lit up. Now it's lit up. So it should work. Let me see. There we go. This PC, it opened it up. Now if we change it to, we want it to open up the calculator maybe. Got to click save. Oh, calculator opened up. It opened up on my other screen, but let me close it and then reopen it. There you go. So you could set up like every key to do stuff like that, right? So let me go ahead, just put it to default, save it, none. And then if I wanted to like use this symbol key, we could have that do the same thing, right? Shortcuts. I want that to open up this PC. Save it. I'm going to click that instead of the super button. There you go. So you could set up different shortcuts, different functions, modifiers, and whatnot to each individual, key on the keyboard. That's kind of cool. Get very creative with that if you want, right? So let's get out of that. Macros. This is where some cool stuff can go down, I think. Like if you play online games, you want to just like set up things to just destroy like enemies and gain levels, experience points, a button to do a move in a fighting game or something. You want to be a cheating bastard? they got you right here, right? If you use a keyboard anyway. But so for example, let's click A because we have this plugged in here. So we could set a new macro for that. Let me go ahead and okay, you have to make a name for it. So I'll just say madp. Yes. And you could change it single, repeated, or multiple. I'll just leave it to single. Click start. So once you press it, that like solid color is your press, and then the milliseconds in the middle is how long it was until you let go, right? So there's that, and then if I'm like A, and then it was a pause. Did you see it? It's a pause between my next button press. So it waited a while. It waited a while. And then you stop it, and you can go in here, like right here. Okay, I don't want that anymore. I don't want that pause. I don't want that button. I don't want that. That's it. And then if you're like, you know what, this right here, I paused way too long. 13,921 milliseconds. Let me change that to 100. And that's it. You could go in there and manipulate each individual one. I like that. So I'm going to save it. That's super button B. You can go right here, activate it. So it is activated. Let's set up this one. I think you could do like the same thing. I think they're independent from one another. So the button, the B button that's actually on the keyboard, let me make a new macro for that. madp2, no spaces. We'll leave it single. And then I'll go 1, 2, 3, stop. I think I'm going to change this down to 90. This one down to 100 for the you know, how long it took type of thing. Save it. Activated. Okay. Now, let me see. So you could do that with every key on the keyboard. You could set up macros for everything. That's freaking ridiculous, dude. And then just make sure you have that profile button on, little heart. Make sure it's lit up to use your profile. You could set up multiple profiles, activate them, deactivate them type of thing. So I'm going to jump into a game real quick. Heartwood Online. I've been enjoying it. It's simple. Let me double check. What macros do I have set? So I have this one, madp, this one, madp2. So I think this one was like movement with WASD. B on the keyboard is 1, 2, 3, I believe is what I had it set as. So let me do that. I'm gonna hit B. Oh, it did all my moves. Because on the keyboard here, 1, 2, 3, I kind of have my screen cut off a little bit, my bad. But okay, let me press B on the super. I'm just moving around, both my hands. I'm not pressing any buttons. Oh, okay, there was a pause. Like, you got to set this up to actually function to do something. I was just kind of goofing around. But he's moving around, because in this game, you use WASD to walk around. And then if I press... Okay, it's still doing that macro sex. It was a little long. So once he's done moving, I press B. There we go. B on the keyboard, the extra super button. So you get them extra super buttons. So I'm talking about... Hell yeah. Okay. So we could set like Q to do like... Let's make a new... madp3. Start. Stop. Save. So that was for Q. Activate it for Q. Okay. Okay, let's see how this works. I'm gonna press Q. Let me fix this because you can't see the bottom of my screen. Watch. Okay, I'm gonna click the chat thing. I'm gonna press Q, which is my macro, and it's typing your mom. I didn't put a space, but hey, like this could be useful. I'm just goofing around. I'm not doing anything really useful here. Press the B button, a little attack. Press the B button on the thing to walk around. Like, that's cool, man. This works the way I was hoping it was gonna work. That's sweet. Now I need more super buttons. I could do some crazy stuff, dude. No hands. My character's walking around. So that was just a quick little thing here as far as how all this stuff works. I love that you could set macros to everything and then turn your profile, like make a profile for a specific game, set up macros maybe for 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, the super big fat boy buttons, like whatever. That is awesome, dude. Like you could be like auto farming in a game or something. Like there's so many possibilities. Use it. I mean, you don't even have to, like the macros is just something interesting to me. But like you could set up, like somebody was like, could you use this as like pedals and Time Crisis? Yes. Like, can you use this as buttons for certain games? Yes, because you could change what they do. Like they can function as clicks on the mouse, buttons on the keyboard. Like you could use these for anything, not just macros, but have them as shortcuts to open up programs, act as different buttons on your keyboard or mouse. That's sweet, dude. So there you go. I'm excited about this. I'm glad this software came out. I don't know that it's necessarily perfect yet, but I mean, it seems legit. I haven't really seen too many issues using it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Bye.